This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
Well,
And this is PunchNpie. You can call me Jordan.
And I think I've been calling you PunchNpie in every video, so whoops.
yeah, no, you told me to call you Jordan. I keep forgetting.
Oh, no, it's fine. I mean,
You're not a real person.
I'm not a real person, yeah.
He's just a YouTuber, you know. He's a VTuber. This is not his real person, his real persona.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say persona too.
So before we talk all about your channel and your history on the interwebs, why don't you tell everybody a little summary about your channel so they know whether they want to watch the next 45 minutes or so.
All right, so my channel is like 95% gaming, 5% other tech, and they kind of blend together because they do a lot of teardowns and repairs of consoles and game systems. That's the same thing. That was redundant. I'm sorry. I do a lot of reviews of like cheap Chinese Switch controllers for some reason, and they do well, so I keep doing them. And then, and then occasionally I'll do a little ranting here and there. I try to mix in DC Comics, but no one cares, so I'm alone. I nerd them there.
And everybody wants to know, when's the next Pop-Tarts video coming?
That's a great question. We've been working on that one for some time, but for obvious reasons, Greg and I to get together, and because we were going to take it a step forward here. We were going to have either my wife or his wife go out and buy 3 store brand, 3 Pop-Tart brand, blindfold us and see who can get the best score of telling the difference between a store brand Pop-Tart and a real Kellogg's Pop-Tart.
That's actually a pretty good idea for an episode. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I hope you guys get that done soon. I'll watch it. I find those kinds of videos like randomly inserted on these gaming channels to be hilarious and awesome. So looking forward to it. Go watch the rest of them. YouTube.com/PUNCHNPIE. All right, check them out. PunchNpie. Will, you got that first question for him for what's today? Will, what's today?
Conversation with the CHRILLCAST.
No. What's the Wednesday?
It's a wild card Wednesday.
That's right. And you might need to speak up a little bit there, buddy. Your volume's dropped significantly.
Really?
There you go.
Hear me now?
That's better.
All right. Okay, so question 1. What inspired you to create your YouTube channel?
Good question. Believe it or not, the Pop-Tarts idea was what started my interest like 2 years before I started the channel, because everyone was doing Oreo videos. And I'm like, Oreos are fine, but I love Pop-Tarts. I'm like, I should totally review Pop-Tarts. And I sat on it, and I was always into YouTube, really thanks to like James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd. And see, you're showing a clip here. The reason they stopped is because I was literally a Pop-Tart. I was the size of a Pop-Tart back then. So I had to cut back on the carbs. But James Rolfe really got me into video games. Billy got me into like YouTube as a platform just to watch content on. And then from there you had RGT85, who's been on your show, old Woodhawker, his game hunting videos, the Game Chasers especially, they were a huge influence. And I kind of took everything I liked from that, and I was like, well, I want to make it my own. Obviously there's no sense of copying, but I wanted to make it my own. I also have a long background in music. I had been in bands forever, so I've always been the type where I want to be influenced by an art and then make my own version of it. So it was a easy transition from writing and recording music to making videos.
Will, did you just play Halo Infinite in the backdrop?
I did.
Like incognito.
Yeah.
That's great. Because Skype, we just talked about that with Jordan. I don't know if you were privy to that conversation, but we just talked about him doing that with his. I didn't realize Skype could do that. That's pretty cool.
I didn't realize it either. And I was like looking, I was like, wait a minute, this is on Skype. This isn't Zoom. I can figure this out.
Yeah, I got Tony Hawk in the background.
Yeah, that's awesome.
There you go. All right. So how would you describe your relationship with YouTube and social media?
It's a rocky relationship. YouTube, I think I have a better hang of that somewhat compared to other social media. I jokingly say that I'm awful at social media. I have like 150 some Twitter followers, and it's awful. I don't know why. My Facebook fan page for the channel has less than 100 followers. I'm just bad at it. I have a very bad relationship with social media because I don't know how to handle the relationship. It's all me. It's not you. It's me. YouTube, so far, I guess it's good. I haven't really pissed them off yet, thank God, because if you piss off YouTube, it's, they're out to get you.
Sayonara.
Yeah, it can happen real quick. So, that's why I avoid politics and other things like that, because I'm going to piss off somebody. It's inevitable. And, so I guess I play it safe. I still swear. I try not to as much anymore. But I think I'm found the rules. It's honestly, there's a million people doing what I do on YouTube, and I have to accept that, because I know that I'm not gonna get the traction on the channel. Just
I love this video playing, by the way.
Oh God, that's embarrassing to look at that. Oh my God, I was a large man.
We can switch to a different video for your own sake.
I'm just kidding. I'm hard on myself. It's so funny. You come off in your videos like you're so confident in yourself, and then you have a conversation with somebody, and you realize they're just as insecure and giant loser like you are. Not to say you are, but it's hypothetical what I'm implying here.
Oh, I'm a giant loser. That's a fact. We'll back you up.
That's true.
I almost wore that shirt today.
So, have you ever punched a pie? We got to know the answer. We need to know.
No, I haven't.
You should for your intro.
I should punch a
pie.
pie.
Buy a cheap dollar store pie and punch it in the beginning of the video, and then it could transform into 8-bit, and boom, you got the intro down.
Oh, dude, yeah, shoot it 240 frames per second in slow motion.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. And then slowly turns into 16-bit.
Absolutely.
Yes,
it's a good idea.
That'd be legit.
Amazing. Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. I'm sorry. I just came up with this on the spot.
No. I should do it, and I'll send you the raw footage and me attempting it over and over again. It'll be 3 or 4 tries to do it, and I'll message it to you. Be like, this is what you've instilled on me here. So.
All right. Well, I'm sorry we derailed this. Why don't you jump on that?
Speaking of PunchNpie, though, I'm going to not ask that question yet, but where did your name come from?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I first started the channel, I wanted a name that wasn't game related, and I had all these different names, and I'm like, this is stupid. What am I doing? I couldn't figure out a name, and so I'm like, what's something that wouldn't pigeonhole me specifically in video games, but is kind of like a cult classic thing if you were into it. And it was PunchNpie, and it's from South Park the movie, and it's from the La Resistance scene where Cartman says, tell him there's be PunchNpie. And Kyle says, well, why PunchNpie? People will come if there's PunchNpie. So I was like, people will come if there's PunchNpie. I'm like, all right, there we go. It's perfect. And then, of course, I get accused of being a ripoff of PewDiePie, which was, trust me, never intentional. And although he is influential, that was definitely not why. But I was thinking about actually incorporating just that scene into my live streams, right before I go live, play that clip from the movie. But then I'd probably get demonetized because it's,
Man, you just gotta make it super janky, like Leafy does at the end of his videos, where he's got the H3 thing going. You can't even understand what he's saying. It's so true, distorted. And then nobody will know. Whoa, you broke your cord right out the gate?
Yeah, a lot of those USB-C cables that ship with these controllers are shit. They're just the worst controllers ever.
Wow.
So I figured I would take one for the team and show people why you shouldn't use them, because these things can literally get stuck in your Switch if you use it to charge with. A controller's one thing; it costs you maybe $30 to $50, but you don't want a USB-C end in your Switch. That would suck.
Well, the ones that ship with the Nintendo are not bad, right?
Nope, those are great. Yeah, those are great.
There's a USB-C cord that came with the Pro Controller. I think that one's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
checking.
You can trust those.
Checking.
This was the one that came with this 8-bit, I think the 8-bit controller that I reviewed, which, by the way, is actually one of my favorite third-party controllers. It's like a hybrid of the SNES and DualShock.
It looks like the D-pad on these are really nice.
Yep, they're perfect for Mario Maker.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So the last thing we got to throw up here is, if PewDiePie was made because of the gun, right? He's like, pew. That's why he said it was PewDiePie. Originally, it was Pewdie, actually, was his first original name of his channel. What was the second best name you had come up with if it wasn't going to be PunchNpie?
What was it? It's not funny or anything. It was, man, what was it? It was Poopy. That sucks.
It was Poopy? I'm just kidding.
I said Poopy. I've gotten so used to saying poopy during my live stream instead of saying shit. So it's not a habit right now. What was it? It was. I don't know. I'll remember later. I don't want to.
All right. Just like interrupt me and just like say this is what it was, and then I'll be like, okay, I remember what it was. Okay, cool. All right, we'll get that next question out.
All right. Do you prefer live streams or produced pre-recorded content?
Produced pre-recorded content. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy my live streams. I've made a lot of like friends. Like they're fans, but you know we're friends. We all hang out on Discord, and I wouldn't have that community without my live streams. And it's funny, the channel's 3 years old now, and I really didn't take live streams seriously until we were all stuck inside since March. And it was right when Animal Crossing came out. I'm like, all right, well, I'll start streaming it. And someone said, in like one of my first few streams, like, oh, you should visit my island. And once I started visiting people's islands and letting people come to my island is where it really blew up. And then because it was super interactive, and so I enjoy live streaming from that perspective, is playing with other people. I don't want to just sit there and play a game for 4 hours while people watch it. I feel like that's not enjoyable for them, you know. I'll only stream a game really that I can play with the viewers. But that being said, I'm a content creator. I like creating art. Like I said, I came from writing and recording music, and I love taking a bunch of stuff and smushing it together into a perfect package to deliver to someone watch in 10 minutes.
So if you like music a lot, I just wanted to point out there's a lot of artists right now that are like streaming music, interacting with their viewers. Have you ever thought about doing that?
Yeah, it's crossed my mind, but I haven't dove too deep into like figuring out how I'd want to do it yet. And by the way, I have that channel name. It was Plug and Plays.
Oh, okay, that's a good one actually.
That was like how it was like transitioning to the. Because when I said Plug and Plays, I'm like, that kind of sounds like PunchNpie from South Park. So that's how that happened. But like, I don't know why Plug and Plays, like plug and play like consoles. But once again, you want to talk about pigeonholing. Like, you think my entire channel is about shitty like Atari plug and play systems?
It's funny. You think like our name would be so simple for people to pronounce, but it's always mispronounced as CHRILLCAST. Like everybody that sees it like quickly, it's like, oh, it's the CHRILLCAST. It's like.
Or Trill.
I just like start going, oh, okay, gotta correct another person. Eventually,
I assumed you were from Louisiana, to be honest with you. Based on the name, because of the krill.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. No, it's because of our names, Chris and Will.
Yeah,
mix those names together. Boom. So next question. I've asked this to a bunch of people now, and it's interesting to hear the answers. But we haven't asked a lot of people in the interview, so I'm hoping you have a good response prepared. Do you love or hate your most popular video?
Do I love my most popular video? It's okay. It was a Switch third-party Pro Controller review. It was the first one I ever put out too, so it's rough. It's rough because I was learning, you know, and people still watch it, and there's more thumbs up and thumbs down. I still get comments on it. I mean, when was that published? 2018?
Yeah. Yep, March 29th, 2018.
Man, that's an old video. So there's definitely no theme to my most viewed videos, because I think the next most viewed one is maybe like Game Boy Micro third-party faceplates that I found recently. I don't know, something like that. I don't know if you want to dive into what my most viewed videos are.
We'll do it. Might as well. Easy Vita Platinums. Oh, no.
There we go. Yeah, and then reproduction Pokemon cards, fixing the Switch
Lite, stick swap. Okay.
Nintendo New York store. I guess where are the Game Boy faceplates? I thought that was higher up. Yeah, whatever.
Huh. Oh, there it is. Yep. That's actually quite a ways down. You got some pretty recent videos.
Sorry. You're absolutely right. I take that back. I always confuse that one with the Pokemon reproduction cards because I tested them on my micro in that video.
Okay.
That's my fault. I just confused it too.
So what is your favorite video you've produced?
Probably any kind of like game hunting video. I like those because you're really curating an hour and a half worth of footage into something that's, you know, a good watchable video. The other ones I like are my every year I do a gingerbread house video with my daughter, and no one watches those, but those are phenomenal because at the time she was 3, and before that she was 2. Those kids are unfiltered at that age. It's the stuff that comes out of her mouth is unbelievable. and I'm just like, there'll be like a close-up shot of me just like squirting frosting like in her mouth, like at random. She'll just like open her mouth, like, oh, she wants frosting. You'll just see me like reach over and just like squeeze frosting. Like, those videos to me, I think, are hilarious, but no one watches those. And then there was one recently that was hilarious. The video was, and I don't think I make a lot of like hilarious videos, but this video was really funny. It was video game memes with my wife was off screen, mic'd up, and she was sending me the meme in real time to react to it. And it was between my reaction, the stuff that she was saying, and the way I cut the video, it was really like a good product. And it got like no views. I think it had like less than 100 views on it, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Not the end of the world. Oh, and my Mac Mini teardown I just did and upgrade, that got no views.
That was a good video.
But who cares about a Mac Mini when you're watching a gaming channel, right?
I mean, I thought it was cool. I'm actually thinking about picking one up at some point, but I want to get one with a disk drive, so I'm working on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you have that? I know my brain's not working. I was on night shift for so long when I watched this video. I was like half awake, I guess. No, you didn't have okay. That's not one of the ones with the disk drive. But that's what I want, is one with the disk drive.
Yeah, the 2011 is the last one with the disk drive. It's funny. That's a 2014. I have a 2012 that is completely like upgraded, like fully. I've done that myself, and I was really freaked out about when I got it. There was no disk drive, and you realize, what the hell do I use? Like, when do I use discs? Like, especially on a Mac, like you're not gaming on it. So there's no do PC games still come on a disc? I don't even know if that's a thing or not. So
I need that disc drive for Zoo Tycoon, man. That's the only reason.
Burning like CDs. I guess that's my problem, because I'm still like old school like that. So
yeah, but you know what though? The hardware upgrade between the 11 and the 12, even from one with the disk drive to the 12 without the disk drive, it's worth it to get that, and then just get an external USB DVD burner for like $40 off Amazon. It serves the same purpose.
I ended up spending an extra like $200 on my wife's laptop because she wanted a disk drive built into the laptop.
Wow.
I ended up spending way more than I should have.
Player in a car. Cars don't have CD players anymore.
Mine does, and so does my wife's.
Good for you, man. You're lucky.
Mine still has a tape player, so there you go.
Tape players are nice because you can throw that little tape to aux cord. Although most phones don't have headphone jacks now, so there's that.
I know, it's crap. So I have a Bluetooth one where it actually hooks into the cigarette lighter, and it like hijacks a radio channel. It's great.
Nice.
This just became a tech discussion channel. No. Well, you got the next question?
Okay. What is the most rewarding part for you as a content creator?
The feedback from videos, positive feedback, and but my community. Honestly, it's I just love that I brought like people together. That sounds so cheesy and stupid, but it's like it's my Discord like kind of blew up overnight once I started streaming Animal Crossing and other Switch stuff, and it's just kind of cool that I have all these people that just enjoy hanging out together, and they're not desperate for me to always be there, but when I show up, everyone's just cool. Like, I don't feel like I'm being praised. I just feel like I've brought people together to like hang out and talk games and other nerdy stuff.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Like I said, I know it's a lame answer, and it's like it's so sappy and stupid sounding, but really it's, I don't know. What do you want me to say? It's like, oh man, monetization. That's what that got me.
Those 10 cents from, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people be like, got monetization, 10 cents.
Oh man.
I know it's hard. Even at monetization level, it's like still really hard to actually make a ton of money doing YouTube.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Luckily for me, I make a little bit, and it's because I make a lot of videos that aren't necessarily like a current event video. I have videos that are 2-3 years old that still get regular views on them, you know, especially like controller reviews and that Vita Easy Platinum Trophies video that I put out, I think almost 3 years ago. And that one, I still get comments on that one all the time that people are like, "Oh, this was a great video. Thanks for making it." Da, da, da. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I wish I could still talk Vita, but there's not much to talk about."
Speaking of Vita, I'm looking forward to talking to you about some Vita in the near future.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that system. My favorite Vita that I own is a Japanese import, white and lime green. That is it's a slim. That's my go-to because it's just, I love it, and I import it, and I'm a nerd about it. So
I've thought about picking up the Persona themed one.
It's that exact one without the graphic print on the back.
Yep. I just can't do non-black consoles. All my consoles are black.
Yeah,
I'm weird.
Weird thing. Yeah.
I want all white consoles. Like my Xbox One S is white. I was bummed that the Pro I couldn't get one in white. I wish I could get a white Switch.
See, electronics to me are just like appliances. They all got to match.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. I want everything
more color, the better for me. Like I want things to have lots of color. Like if I could get a purple Xbox, totally would do it.
Oh, but watch out! Spawnwave's gonna make it happen.
Yeah. I watched a teardown today on a Switch Lite and a shell replacement. And I'm like, oh yeah, I could do this. And I'm watching. I'm like, this looks like a pain in the ass. I'm like, I could do it. I don't want to do it. It's just one of those.
Well, I think you. No, yeah.
I think you.
It's me. It's me. What are some things you've learned as you're creating content?
Not to say so much.
Yeah.
I was so bad for so long. So bad, and you don't realize it, and it's almost it's a generational thing. You know, it's like you know, everyone's saying like it's that constant. You need to stop yourself from doing that. That was a big one. Not being scared to be overly animated either, because no one wants to hear you like talk in a monotone voice, like we're having a phone conversation. It's learning to create a fake you. Maybe this. I might not even be answering the question the way you asked it, but those are like the kind of things like
learning to present yourself in a manner that is very entertaining to an audience is what you're saying.
Which is unnatural outside of, you know, being in front of a camera.
Absolutely, I agree. It's like it's so strange. Even in this podcast, I feel like I'm more animated than probably normal.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely like half in character right now, and it's not even intentional.
And Will's like, and I'm on Zeta Halo, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna change my background out again soon.
He's just doing it just to see if I notice.
I was gonna make a Xanax joke, but I thought it'd be inappropriate. So he's the only one that took his.
Whoops! You found out his secret. He's like, that's how I stay up so late.
Exactly.
And I'm so calm.
So calm. Just like Jerome. No. All right, well, this is an important question. You got to ask this one now.
Yes. What are some of your favorite games and favorite consoles?
Favorite games and favorite consoles. Okay, so I think the Vita for sure is one of my favorite consoles. We talked about this, but believe it or not, this sounds so strange probably when I say it, the PS3 I think is one of the most important consoles that happened to me in my adult years. I never stopped playing video games, and I got a 360 at launch. I got a Wii at the midnight launch. What a regret that was. That was literally a bowling machine for me. And but the 360 I played until 2010 when I got a PS3 from a friend of mine, and I bought all the Sony first-party games, and I realized like what a good first-party game can be. I realized on Xbox 360 I wasn't playing much anymore. It would be Call of Duty and NHL with my friends and Halo, and I was awful at Halo. There was nothing really on that system that grabbed me. I enjoyed like some of the Tomb Raider games, and so the first time I played Uncharted, it changed my mind, my world, and I like fell in love with video games on the PS3. And the previous generation, the GameCube was my favorite system, followed by Xbox, and I thought PS2 was the weakest. Because at the time, I was like, well, it's the least powerful of those three, so it's trash, because I was an idiot. Then I realized they played all those games remastered on PS3, and I was really the stupid one for not playing them originally. But I would say that when it comes to, like, importance and enjoyability, and trophies. Oh, my God. Once I got trophies, I was like, this just makes so much more sense than a gamer score. They're tangible. Like it's a specific item. Like it's like bronze, silver, gold, and a platinum. It makes sense. Like a score means nothing. It doesn't specify what you have. And so PS3, I think, was changed my gaming life. And this is coming from someone was born in '82. I had an NES when I was 5, Super Nintendo. My dad and I got that right away because my dad's young, and so we played games together. I don't know, PS3 and I think Super Nintendo and Vita are my top 3. Yeah, and GameCube. I don't know. I find PS4 to just not be as rewarding as the PS3 was to me. So, but maybe the PS3 came in my life at a time where I needed it.
I think I agree with a lot of what you said. I think the thing missing, if you mind if I interject real quick, the modern consoles, it's just like it feels like everything's built to get you to buy something.
Yeah.
And it takes away from the experience. Like the PS3, there was nothing preventing me from getting right into my games.
Yeah.
It's just right up the XMB, the X Cross Media Bar is like, boom, you're right in.
Yep. And you know what's funny is I used my PS3 for so many things. Blu-ray player. I put a terabyte drive in mine and used as a media hub in my family room at the time. And it's funny because Microsoft, I kind of feel like they saw that and they're like, oh, let's totally do it with the Xbox One. And it's funny how that didn't work with them with that concept. Maybe I'm wrong with that interpretation, but maybe the PlayStation. Because really, Sony wanted the PS3 to be that all-in-one media device,
but they never pushed it. They never pushed it hard on you. They just said, "Here, this is there." You know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
they marketed it as a gaming console and a Blu-ray player, right? So like they never pushed it. What's wrong, Will?
Oh, I thought I lost you guys again. It said connection was lost. So.
Nope, you're still there.
Oh, you're here.
It's just you getting disappointed about the PS3 being a good console.
No.
I was like, oh, man.
No, I totally agree.
Will has one finally after all these years.
Yes.
A PS3?
Yeah, he just got one last year.
Dude, now is the time to buy games. You can get the games are so cheap for PS3. And
so
Xbox
are Xbox
360.
One games. Like Xbox One games are about as cheap as 360 games right now. Like old
Maybe
ones.
I'll start fatting up that collection. Yeah, no, for sure.
I just picked up Dead Rising 3 and 4 for like $10.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
I go to GameStop when they have those like the buy one get one sales, and I just buy 5 or 6 games at a time. It's great.
Nice.
But yeah, I think the real loss with the modern consoles is it feels like they're always trying to sell you something. And like with the 360, towards the end when they changed the layout again, you start getting advertisements in your Xbox. I was like, really, Microsoft? And then, but the PS3 maintained their old XMB, the cross media bar, and I think that was a beautiful system.
Yep, start to finish, the same thing. It's funny. I my 360, I went through 4 of them. 3 Red Ring of Death. Then the disk drive went bad on the 3rd one, so they wouldn't replace it. So I bought a Slim and threw the hard drive on. That's the one thing I like, the quick swap hard drives on the 360. And then when I got the PS3, when the Vita pre-orders went live, I'm like, screw it. I'm trading my 360 towards the Vita for the midnight launch of that. And so I bought a 360 recently again, and I hooked it up and I let it update and I turned it on. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Like, what is this? It was not the interface I left back in 2010. But they must have done a lot of changes those 3 years until the Xbox One came out.
So, let's see. So going forward, what are some of your goals for your channel?
That's a good question. Because honestly, I don't know. And the reason I say that is because it's like we were talking about earlier. It's like videos are hit and miss. I don't really have my finger on the pulse of what works for my channel. And I figured at this point, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and just keep improving my production value. And I'm going to stick to the streaming because people like that. For growth-wise, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. My sub growth has been fantastic. It took me almost 3 years to hit 1,000 subs. Back in May, I hit 1,000. May, and now I'm at 1,650. So in 4 months, I've went from 1,000 to 1,650. So growth is good. I like that, but more importantly, I want to just keep doing what I'm doing. I think it's working. Obviously, I could be doing something better because you see channels just blow up and they do something right. So maybe it's fixed myself, maybe it's my personality, I don't know. But
seemed like a pretty cool dude to me, Jordan.
Yeah, me too.
I appreciate it.
That's why I asked you to come on. I thought you were a pretty cool dude, you know. Yeah, somebody made the joke like, you guys just asked me on to crash and burn, didn't you? And I was like, no. Like, can you imagine being that sinister? Like, come on the channel. I hope you crash and burn in the interview. No, you're a cool dude. I think you're very positive about what you do, and as long as you're enjoying the content that you're producing, then that's the most important part.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny is that one of my first videos was bitching about GameStop because I just got screwed over by them really bad. And that's what everyone was doing. They were making videos where they just bitch about something that happened to them. And I tried that when I first started, and after a while, I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, I'm usually a pretty active person. Like, my wife is the one who always thinks the world's on fire. I'm the one that's like talk her down. That's the balance there. Like, why am I being bad? Not so. I moved very quickly from that bitching, complaining. Because even in a video where I complain about something, there's always a reason behind it. I explain it. Like when my video where I said I'm never going to buy the Switch Lite, which to this day I still keep wanting to buy one. And it was because Nintendo's half-assed attempt at cloud saves, and you can't transfer your game back and forth. And I explained this is why, because I love this game, and I even said in the video, I'm like, I want a Switch Lite. Please fix this so I can buy one. I explained why it wasn't and why I would want. I don't know. They're shooting themselves in the foot. They could sell so many more consoles. They allowed 100% cloud saves and transfers for their games.
So I guess the cloud saves right now, how do they work right now?
So you get a random save occasionally. They just patched it to do this. I look at my Switch that I'm talking about as if it hears me. But it's random saves, and you can only access it if your system gets lost, stolen, or broken.
Oh, that's kind of lame.
Which is so dumb. Like,
that's why I like the Vita's save system, because the Vita's save system actually worked really well, where you can upload to the PS. If the PS Plus ever drops Vita cloud saves, I'm dropping PS Plus because that's the only reason I have it.
Oh my god, I know. I have no idea. I have 3 memory cards, and I don't know where all of them are. Like, I need those saves in the cloud.
Yeah. I love the cloud transfers from the Xbox ecosystem, so I can basically pick it up and play wherever, or like whatever system. I can go from the 360 to the Xbox One back to the 360. I do that a lot. So
actually, what's even funnier is I haven't had my Xbox One in a long time. I booted up Cuphead right back where I was. I'm like, how is this magic?
That's awesome.
Gosh,
what is this? Game. I was like, holy cow.
I suck so bad at that game.
I suck at that game too. Oh my god! When I got my Xbox One S a few years back, I hadn't logged into Xbox Live since 2010, and it was like right where I left off. And I'm like, ooh, Zuma! I'm like, there's my save. I'm gonna keep playing Zuma. Like I had saved.
It's like Microsoft is magical in that sense.
Absolutely.
Like it's so crazy. All right, well, next question.
All right, what are some of your favorite content creators in the gaming space?
Gaming space. So, Cinemassacre for sure. Angry Video Game Nerd. That's huge for me. The Game Chasers, and because you know the Game Chasers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure the quality of their content is unbelievable. It's like something if you do that same kind of stuff, it's something that's the standard that you set. Where it's like, how can I be as close to them in quality of work? And then Norm, gaming historian. I adore his content. And then I really like Scott the Woz. I just got into him like probably about a year ago, which is funny that the dude lives like an hour from me and even closer to you. But it's he's kind of a local guy, and you don't even realize that. But he's so funny, and the dude's only like 21 or 22, I think.
I think he's like 24 now.
Okay, now he's 24. I think at the time he was probably like 21 or 22. Maybe, well, whatever. He
I don't know for sure. I'm not 100% on that.
His writing is phenomenal. He's such a good writer, and because his stuff is scripted. Because I've read about how he does it, and his production content, the quality of his production is amazing too. And then another channel that I really like. If I'm moving too fast, I can slow down.
Well, I was just gonna let you know. We've been trying to get the exclusive interview with Scott the Waz for near on 2 years now, but finally, Review Tech USA got it. So
I know he got it.
it was it was a good video. I give Rich all the credit for getting him on there and actually having him talk about his content because it was such a great interview. Honestly,
maybe that's where I got that information from. It's I love Rich from Review Tech USA. I got a good story about him too. I could say that for later if you want.
Okay.
It has to be my channel, but obviously Rich, and then there's another channel called the Retro Future. I think I mentioned this to you earlier in the previous episode that we were doing. And this guy is awesome. The Retro Future. He does a lot of like weird mods, and he refurbishes systems that shouldn't be working, and he reviews like weird products people send him. He's more about the hardware than software. He'll tell you that. He's like, he loves hardware. Software he doesn't care. He'll run emulation cards all day long. He's all about the hardware. So, but he's kind of like, he sets the bar for me on how I want my tech videos to be, with like teardowns and rebuilds and like that. Like, I want it to be as good as his stuff. And he's funny for someone who's British, because my father-in-law is British, and usually they're pretty dry. He's funny and witty. So, sorry to all my Brit friends out there. You guys, you know him.
Sorry, Luke. No.
No, this guy's hilarious. He's really funny. And so do you want me I can save my Rich story for later if you want.
No, jump right into it, dude. We just like to have a free flow.
Yeah, for sure. So this was February of 18. My wife and I were watching a Review Tech USA episode, and he was doing a series where he was reviewing other YouTubers' channels. He did 2 episodes of this, and it bombed. He didn't get any views on it, which, of course, thankfully, I'm on an episode of this, and no one watched it. But this was a Wednesday, and my wife's like, sent an email to him. I'm like, why would he want to review my channel? Like, I've been doing videos for maybe 7 months at this point, and the video that came out literally 48 hours later, he started reviewing my channel because we're out to dinner. We're at some Coney Island. If you're in Michigan, you know what that means. If you're not, I apologize. And I started to get my phone is blowing up with subscribers. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, oh my god! Like, I clicked like exactly what happened. Like, it happened. And he reviewed my channel, and I got, honestly, some of my favorite like OG subs that have been there. I felt like, to me, since the beginning, really came from this video, and we still talk all the time, the people that came from the Review Tech review. But what's funny is I messaged Sean, RGT85, about doing the show. We were talking. I said, he mentioned something that was really interesting on the show, is that he no longer watches a lot of gaming channels, especially the channels he knows, because he doesn't want to be subconsciously convinced into a different perspective on something or rip somebody off. And I said to him, I was trying to figure out why I watch less of you and Wood and other people, and you hit the nail on the head. I'm like, thank you for pointing that out. And he's like, dude, exactly. He's like, that's exactly how it is. It's nothing against those guys. I'm actually watching less now because I don't want to like rip somebody off, because how many times I watch a video like, oh, I was going to do that, now I can't do it. You have one of those moments where I'd rather just stay away from it as much as I can. But those are my.
Luckily for us, now that Will's doing Fable, luckily for us as a podcast, it's very difficult to accidentally copy somebody else. I've already said like who our influences are in previous episodes. You know, like Pat the NES Punk, and then like various creators like the Quartering, who has he's got his face in the corner and then his content on the side. Yeah. I modeled the kind of frame after that. It's like, yeah, we have influences, but we don't even cover any of the drama like the Quartering does. And Pat the NES Punk and those guys cover completely different topics than us. It'd be very difficult for us to accidentally copy somebody on our podcast.
For sure.
At least that I have that advantage going for us.
Yeah, no. This is one of the more unique shows that I've listened to. It just to me it felt fresh. You know, there's so many other shows out there that are really the same thing over and over again, and this show, and then Sacred Symbols, one that Chris Ray Gun is on with Colin Moriarty. And Colin Moriarty, there's another one I should have mentioned, is that he's really a huge influence on me for so long. He started IGN, then started Kind of Funny, went independent, and then he's always covered PlayStation. He was the senior editor at IGN for PlayStation. He had the PlayStation podcast there. So when he was about to relaunch a PlayStation podcast, when he went solo, he brought in Chris Ray Gun, who you guys know, obviously, from your show with him. And that's how I found Chris, believe it or not, was from that podcast. But yeah, this is, I just wish they would film it, because they're both such funny animated guys in their own respect. And they just put out a sci-fi game. I don't know if you know that or not, but their game is, it's a brick breaker. And it drives me crazy playing it sometimes. I don't know if you played it or not, but
I have not played it yet, but I have seen it, and I've seen it. It looks like it's a pretty good game, actually.
Yeah, it's good. It's running on my Vita on my nightstand right now. I try to chip away at the trophy list every night to get that platinum. So.
Well, good luck. I hope you get there. I do.
Thank you.
Speaking of content creators, since we've already gotten into quite a few, what are some of your favorite, just standard, any content creator on the platform?
So I jump around. I kind of go, I'll like binge somebody for a while, but like OG content creators, this might be like the nail in my coffin to say this, but I love Shane Dawson. I think he's so entertaining.
Well, who didn't like him when he was new? You know, like way back when. Like, who didn't like his old stuff back when it was fresh?
And he evolved. Like, he did, as people call it, cringy comedy. No, he just did edgy comedy back in the day when it was socially acceptable. And once it became unsocially acceptable, he apologized for it and grew from it. And he became a really good interviewer, and he made amazing conspiracy theory videos. He just makes great content and cares about the content he makes. And sure, he's kind of a drama queen, but that's part of his on-camera persona. It's fun, it's entertaining, and I love Shane, and I really hope that he can bounce back from being called out for dumb shit he did 10 years ago that he already apologized for and knew it was wrong. And you know, I'm the type of person that believes that everyone changes, because it's like, you imagine being punished for something you did 10 years ago when you're not even that person anymore. It's just, that's not fair. That'd be like going into a relationship with somebody and punishing them for something that happened in their life before you even knew them. It's I don't know. Maybe I'm just too forgiving. But anyways, that's not the point of this conversation.
Well, technically, you replaced nearly all of the cells in your body in that amount of time, so multiple times.
That's very true. Yes. Isn't it every 7 years you are a whole new person?
If somebody was trying to hold something against me I did 10 years ago, it would be locked away in my under 18 file by the courts. So, no, I'm just kidding. I won't be able to say that much longer, but
yeah, it's funny. I watch political stuff, but it's like Chris Ray Gun, which we know what he does. I love Blair White. If you're not familiar with her, she's I love Blair. I love Blair, and we won't get into why people hate her, but it's so stupid too. Blair White, Dave Rubin, and then Steven Crowder, which, if you know all those, that's across the political spectrum. You know, at the end of the day, I kind of all feel like they all say the same thing. So it's kind of like what Chris said. It's like they just make fun of the memes in politics. Like, that's really what it comes to. It's all the ridiculous stuff. So I find that fun, and that's something I find fun, because it's like I'm so sick of like everyone is the world's not on fire. It's like, just relax and have fun. So I like to make fun of everybody. Maybe I'm a bad person.
Well, Crowder just got remonetized, so you know, he could thank Susan for that one. There was that remonetized stream might get him demonetized. We'll see.
I didn't see that. I'll check that
it was pretty funny. I will say I watched part of it. But as far as there's no other content creators you wanted to shout out right now?
Yeah. So, who do I really like? I like. Oh my God, I'm brain farting. Hold on, let me open my Apple Music. Give me 2 seconds, because he releases music. He does covers. He does like everything from like anime covers to Disney covers. Hold on. Jonathan White. His name's Jonathan White. Phenomenal. He's great guitarist, great vocalist.
How do you spell that?
Yeah, that's a good question. Hold on.
I think I spelled it wrong.
Jonathan.
Okay, I had it right then. Jonathan White?
Young. Oh my God, I'm confused.
You said White. I was like, okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, what?
Oh my God, dude, his first anime cover album is so good. He did a cover of the theme song from season 1 of One Punch Man, if you know that song. That's great. His Disney covers, especially like his Frozen covers, are fantastic. Especially when they get all like degenty and like metally and awesome. He's cool, and I don't know. This could be a whole conversation itself. My wife and I watch so much YouTube together. Honestly, music, making fun of politics, and Rosanna Pansino, because food. And if you guys know who Rosanna Pansino is, she does the Nerdy Nummies videos where she makes she does like recipes based on different like themes of different desserts. And lately she's been doing more videos because she's locked inside like the rest of us, except the difference is she lives in a $4 billion home in Los Angeles. So
oh boy.
I'm sorry, not billion, million.
I was gonna say, wow, that's an expensive house.
Yeah, that's a state.
Her house is sick. She's got a pool and a tennis court in the backyard. She has a massive family room sized balcony off of her master bedroom, and it's Southern California, so there's no rain. There's just furniture out there. It's she is if to be a professional YouTuber, she is what you want to aspire to be. So
yeah.
But no, my daughter loves her. We have her baking line of like mixers and all that stuff. It's a whole product. She's a genius. She knows what she's doing, and she makes Pokemon cakes. So
she's like a modern day Martha Stewart, huh?
Yeah, a Martha Stewart that loves video games and cartoons.
And hopefully doesn't go to jail.
Right.
Hopefully doesn't go to jail.
I forgot about that.
And do you know iJustine? She does a tech review channel.
Yeah, she occasionally like collaborates with some of the YouTubers I like that do. I think she's done stuff with MKBHD and like some other people like that.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's like, I've been watching her for years, and that's how I found Rosanna Pansino. They're best friends. They do collab videos together.
Oh, that's funny.
Because Rosanna's like an idiot when it comes to tech, so Justine has like dumb things down in her videos, and then watching Justine try to bake is even worse. And they just collabs together.
That's funny. Will, you got that last question?
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or discuss?
No, I derailed this enough. I apologize. I really wanted to.
Well, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah. When's the callback? No. Not like that, but never mind. This is the problem. You guys give me freedom to talk, and then I just derail the whole conversation into me talking about Rosanna Pansino and her house, her ridiculous house.
Oh, don't worry. That'll be a krill clip later. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
PunchNpie on Rosanna. No.
Yeah,
Well, the crazy thing is she never films in her house, so how does he know that?
Yeah, that's so weird. No.
Yeah.
I think we hit on everything, and yeah, because I definitely think we talked about everything, and I think we're good.
Cool. As always, I'm Chris.
Well.
And this is PunchNpie or Jordan.
Or Jordan. And
Jordan.
thank you for doing this interview with us. It was a lot of fun. I hope that some of your viewers will enjoy it as well.
Thank you.
And we will see you
On next CHRILLCAST. Bye, guys.